Okay, I'm not used to doing live. Oh, I guess I have to do it this way. Ha! Anyways, Dr. Christine Durfee here, and I wanted to share with you a session that I had yesterday. It was so exciting, and I had to share it with you all. So, a session that I had yesterday was with a client of mine who is an adult, female, young adult, and she is neurodiverse, specifically on the autism spectrum. And, anyways, I was sharing with her about the spoon theory, the previous session. And so for those of you who are not aware of the spoon theory, you can look it up. I'll give you a little short, brief explanation of it. The spoon theory is about two women who come together for lunch. They used to be, as my understanding of it, is they used to be college buddies and they were roommates together. And one of them has constant a pain, or there's something that she has to contend with and live with all the time. And so when they're having lunch together, the one roommate asks her, "Hey, what is it like for you to be living with this?" And the roommate, well, she says, "Well, you know what, you lived with me, so you know." And she goes, "No, no, no, I understand. I lived with you. But what was it like for you? What is it like for you to be living with this?" And this can apply to people who are in constant pain. This can apply for people who have anxiety. But what I was using this story for was my client who struggles with the different symptoms that come often with autism, like anxiety, like sensory overload, like uh, all kinds of different things. But anyways, and so back to the story. So they're having lunch, and she asked the question, and so the lady that the restaurant was pretty empty, and so she gathers up 12 spoons, and she hands one spoon to her friend. And she's got these other 11 spoons. And then she pulls out one spoon and she goes, "This spoon is what it costs me to get up and get dressed in the morning." And then she's, hands it. This spoon is getting to work and for the first half of the day. These spoons are for getting through work. And she explained how she uses all of these spoons that she has throughout the day. And she's down to one spoon left. And she goes, "I have one spoon left, and I still have to fix dinner, clean up after dinner, get ready for the next day for work. And that's going to cost me two spoons. And so I have one. So I either not do one of those things, or I have to borrow a spoon from tomorrow. So that means the next day I am not starting the day with 12 spoons. I'm starting the day with 11 spoons." And then she says, "The spoon that I gave you, the spoon that you're holding right now, I saved that spoon for having lunch here together with you." So that's pretty much the gist of the story. So I asked my client, I said, "I want you to consider your spoons. I want you to figure out, how many spoons do you have? And how are you spending your spoons?" So anyways, so then she comes back yesterday and she tells me, I realized that I am spending spoons in areas where I shouldn't, or that I don't need to, that are unnecessary. I'm like, "Really? Tell me about that." And she says, "Well, first of all," she goes, "I realized that when I sit and scroll on my phone, I think it's relaxing, but I'm actually spending a spoon." I'm like, "You're kidding. That's so true. I never even thought about that. That's incredible. I love that." And then she also said, "I also realized that when I'm in a big, there we go. When I'm in a big group of people and it's too loud, I have in my mind that I'm supposed to stay there. And I am giving them my spoons and I don't really have to. Ah, I loved that. I thought that was fantastic. I thought it was beautiful. And I got so excited in session. I'm like, I'm going to share this with other people. So, anyways, I wanted to share that with you. Consider, how many spoons do you have? And if you're neurodiverse, and for a neurodiverse, it might be that going to a group activity may take 3 spoons, whereas a neurotypical person, it takes 1. Or it may even take more than that. I don't know. But consider your spoons. Consider how much spoons you have and figure out how you want to spend them. And so, is it productive or not? And oh, this is another thing too. So one of the things that we've talked about in the past is her procrastination. And so she's in school, in college, so she'll procrastinate. And one of the things that I said to her was, you know, when you're procrastinating your schoolwork, you are spending those spoons doing something else other than your schoolwork. And then at the end of the week, when everything is due, you don't have enough spoons. So think of that. Consider that. All right. God bless y'all.